This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes.
Hmm.
As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
누가 오나? 누구신가?
Mycroft.
아, 형.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train
I
station.
know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
저렇게 콕콕 집어서 4번째 칸에 타라고 하는 거 보면은 거기에서 사건의 냄새가 나는데. 일단 너무 맞다는 거겠지. 아, 기념품으로 작살. 자, 임무 같은 거는 없는 것 같고.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
그 전에 저장 한번 합시다. 보이세요? 왜 저분을 망원경으로 들여다보고 있으면 저장이 되는지 나는 모르겠어. 아, 무슨 시스템이야?
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby. Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
일주일 후.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
짐이 어마어마하구만.
But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
뭐야? 갑자기 사라졌다고?
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
다음날 아침 이른 시각. 지금 사건 수첩을 열어도 추리 영역을 열어도 아무것도 없지 뭐.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
현장 조사. 저쪽에서 오다가 사라진 거 아닌가?
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
뭐지?
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
넌 나를
Yes,
너무
Watson,
잘
I
알아.
do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
뛰는 건데도 참. 역장! 지도 주세요.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
성성한 깃발. 흑투성이. 결혼 반지. 흑투성이? 수성이가 될 일이 있나? 명예 훈장.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
협조적인 사람이구만. 지도라는 게 이건가? 맞네.
This map will be useful.
노선이 하나밖에 없구나. 이브샴역에서 발견한 지도로 철로 지역이 표시되어 있다. 함함. 뭐지? 연령은 60대로 추정된다. 오래전에 결혼했으며 소매 끝에 묻은 흙먼지를 보아 정원 손질에 관심이 있는 모양이다. 훌륭한 역장에게 수여하는 배지를 달고 있는 걸로 보아 오랫동안 역장직을 맡아왔음이 분명하다. 조용하고 안정적인 삶을 추구하는 사람이다.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I know.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
양철통이잖아.
An old locomotive bell. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
또 다른 조사할 거리. 나는 아직 조사를 하고 싶다.
Railway post bags.
끝? 움직이기 힘들어. 가져가?
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
해당 역사에 전합니다. 현재 토마스 로빈슨은 브리들링턴 역에서 머무는 중입니다.
Here is the train set.
다 가져가네. 노팅엄에서 런던. 런던 북동부 철도열차 234호. 구성 현황. 동력실, 석탄칸, 1등석, 편보관실, 특수화물 차량. 토마스 로빈슨이 요청함. 특수화물 차량을. 그 다음에 2등석. 전보.
A telegraph.
딱 봐도 전보지 뭐. 전보로군 안 해도 전보잖아. 끝인가? 갈 수 있는 데가 없어. 아, 신문하라고? 개봐봤음. 여기서 신문할 사람이 이 사람밖에 더 있냐고.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows, and they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. and it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
이번 사건은 이런 식으로 진행될 예정인가 보네. 사무실로 안 들어가고.
The entire train has disappeared.
끝에서 끝이네. 어디 보자.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
이 사람도 무슨 연관이 있나? 작업복. 거친 피부. 결혼했고. 값싼 표.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
이 사람이 로빈슨이야?
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
너무 대놓고 무리하다. 호주 전통 모자. 호주인이라는 건가? 값비싼 정장. 악어 가죽. 굵직한 금지 방지.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean company.
영무원은 그냥 할 일 한 건데. 두 개네. 열차에 바르카다스 임원들만 탑승했던 것은 우연에 불과하다. 업무 도중 영무원이 실수를 저지른 것이다. 아니지. 열차에는 칠레 기업 바르카다스의 임원들만 남아있었다. 누군가 의도적으로 다른 손님들을 하차시켰던 것으로 추정된다. 이렇게 생각할 수밖에 없다. 이건 안 이어지네. 오케이. 안에 계신가?
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
승객과의 문제.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
말이 길어질 것 같으니까 쓰는 거 봐. 그치. 딱 봐도 젊어 보여. 깔끔한 복장. 지침서. 잉크 자국?
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
내기 역장.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
이상한 정보.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
체스터필드 철도역, 런던 북덩뷰 철도, 야랏 324호 00시 30분에 도착, 00시 35분에 출발. 이게 원래 영어로 써져 있었으면 진짜 읽기 힘들었겠다. 2명의 인물이 추가됐죠? 아, 3명이구나. 오케이. 브리들링턴 역장. 브리들링턴 역의 역장은 무척 젊다. 제복을 단정히 갖춰입고 자신의 의무를 철저히 지키고 있다. 오른쪽 손끝에 묻어난 잉크 자국으로 보아 다량의 글을 썼던 것으로 추정된다. 최근에 교육을 끝마치고 주요 업무를 맡은 듯하다. 토마스 로빈슨. 토마스 로빈슨은 부유한 사회의 고위층 인사다. 고급 정전과 금제 반지를 통해 짐작할 수 있다. 특이한 모자와 호주라고 새겨진 브로치로 보아 영국에 찾아온 외국인으로 추정된다. 아마 사업차 방문했을 것이다. 화난 승객도? 승객의 손과 복장을 보아하니 전문직 노동자로 추정된다. 짐도 없이 홀로 다니는 것으로 볼 때 여행이나 배우자와 함께 휴가를 떠났던 것은 아니다. 열차를 타고 출퇴근을 하는 걸로 보인다. 매일 열차를 이용하는 만큼 선로에는 익숙하며 철도역에 대해서도 잘 아는 사람일 것이다. 나중에 도움이라도 받나? 체스터필드의 역장이 보낸 보고서에는 사라진 열차에 대한 정보가 담겨있지만 알아볼 수가 없는 상태다. 이 정보만으로는 해당 역을 지나갔는지 여부를 파악할 수가 없다. 그래서 가서 물어보라는 거지? 네. 하지만 그 전에 이게 떴기 때문에 뭘까?
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
토마스 엘 로빈슨의 발명품 자동 전력 생성기를 보험 대상으로 등록합니다. 해당 약관은 시제품이 손상되었을 시 경우 손해액의 최대 50%까지 보장합니다. 최대 보상 5만 파운드. 500만이라니 무슨 소리야. 5만 파운드. 보장기간 1년. 갱신 가능함.
A telegraph.
Don't touch anything, please.
Yes, yes. 내가 못 찾아갈게.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God! Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
아이고.
I see that you kept your gripsack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
어떻게 키가 죽었어?
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
화물 보관하는 데는 어딘데? 저긴가? 그냥 있는 사람 같고.
Railway post bags.
여기 있네.
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
아니 왓슨.
Of course.
아니 왓슨 너 임마. 너무 당당하게 막. 오케이.
Look, Watson. A bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
독점 거래
An exclusive
계약서입니다.
sales contract.
토마스 엘
Mr.
로빈슨.
Robinson is the seller.
해당 문서는 독점 거래 계약자입니다. 해당 시제품의 필요 전력은 자율적인 방법으로 보급해야 한다. 왜? 갑자기 말투가 바뀌어. 구매자 에머스톤 전기회사는 시제품 그대로 기기를 구매함에 동의하는 바이다. 토마스 엘 로빈슨. 판매자는 구매 이후 시제품에서 발생하는 문제에 책임을 지지 않으며 구매 시점에서 쟁점이 발견될지라도 예외는 두지 않는다. 계약 구매자는 계약이 체결된 후 즉시 시제품 판매가의 1화를 선납한다. 또한 나머지 금액은 한 달 내로 납입해야 한다. 똑같은 거네. 해당 문서는 독점거래
Yet another
계약서입니다.
exclusive sales
구매자 홍콩
contract.
전기회사 시제품 그대로. 토마스 로빈슨.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
똑같은 계약서고. 또다시
Yet another exclusive sales
진짜
contract.
독점거래 계약서가 잔뜩. 바르카자스사 칠레 기업.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
내장 다 본 거 아니야?
Yet another Mr. Robinson is the seller.
아,
Well,
이게
it is very
마지막이구나.
clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
너 망본다며. 알았어. 일단 넘어가자. 로빈슨은 피해자에 불과하다. 토마스 로빈슨에게 발명품의 분실이란 재앙 그 자체였다. 다중계약을 통한 사기 행각으로 돈을 끌어모으려던 그는 보험금으로 충당할 수 없는 막대한 손실을 떠안게 되었다. 아, 역시 사기꾼이구나. 이어지는 거 없다. 아, 둘 중 하나? 일단 이거. 나는 이 칠레 바르카자스? 그 회사가 너무 수상해. 나머지는 이어지지 않고, 오케이. 없고.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
왜 또 그러시나? 어? 못 가네? 사람 서 있는 줄. 못 올라가네? 이동을 해볼까? 체스터필드.